Oh, yeah. Episode 68. Man, Caltech, I'm your host, Adam Ross, and to my virtual left, Tyler, what is going on?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? How is everybody tonight?
Man, we got a lot of people jumping on board. Thank you
Yeah.
guys all for joining us. We have an awesome show lined up. We have a special guest, Randy East, and man, some of his content, if you haven't checked it out, will be pretty epic, especially from this guy here. I know you missed a couple episodes, but man, you're in for one tonight. That's why we kind of had our special build as
I
the
know.
intro video there, and
I
man,
missed it. I missed that truck. It's good memories though.
absolutely, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.
Thank
Absolutely,
you,
yes.
Mr. Ghost.
Yeah,
Very well
absolutely.
said.
Yeah. And obviously, we have some news to start off with, which last show was the hangover show from the Gauntlet. And I still got some of the content flipping through the screen behind. If you see yours, definitely tag yourself and check it out. It's still an epic event. I'm still talking about it. Jeez Louise, I'm even scaling my stuff out. Like, what the heck's going on with
You
this guy?
caught the bug.
Caught the bug. But definitely an awesome opportunity that he set us up with, being able to go down there and hang with everybody at the Gauntlet. I believe next year is going to be what, their 10th anniversary too, right?
Yes, it will be their 10th. Yeah, that's right.
So we'll see. We might have to see what's going on. I know there's a few things in the works, but we had awesome suggestions on our hangover video to see where to send me and Tyler next. So
Yes,
we'll
got some ideas here.
Yeah, some ideas. Yeah. But
Right.
if you want to jump into the news, because man, I'm excited to bring on our special guest.
Absolutely. So let's get into that. So you guys remember before we sold a couple different sizes of micro screw boxes, right? Well, if you look on the website now, we've actually got 5 different sizes. So we kind of wanted to go through. So you can actually buy these individually, or you can buy them as a combo. And coincidentally, we are going to give away 2 of these sets of 5 to 2 lucky winners today once we get to the hashtag. So make sure you're watching, throughout the show, and Adam will flash up that hashtag like he normally does, and you have 2 chances to win. So kind of going into these, so like we said here, we got a bunch of different sizes. So they're all called micro screw boxes, right? So again, 5 different sizes here. I'm going to lay them out here like you can see. So we've got different kind of organizations. So we'll go biggest to smallest here. So we got large. So why do we call it large? Well, because it is the largest box and it is the largest containers. So this one comes with all these large containers, individuals, right? So each one opens up and they sit in here like so, snaps on. So you can actually take this with you, keep your stuff secure, all your little parts and pieces secure. So here's one of them here. Now this is the large small. Now why we call it the large small? Because it's a large box, but it is the small compartments. So these ones are a little bit different. So these come in these little sets of 4 here. So each obviously opens up. They don't come apart here. But actually the cool part is you can actually intermix these 2 type of little mini containers here. So you can actually, I'm not going to try to mess with it quite yet, but you can actually, so if you buy, both of these, you can actually kind of trade them up, right? So you can switch and make them into mix the different sizes together. So that way, if you don't want all big pieces, you want some small stuff. Maybe you have like a 24 scaler and a 10 scaler. You want to start trying to get up the sizes and mix those up instead of having 2 cases. You can do that. So we start going into the mediums here. So we got, again, medium large with the large boxes. So again, similar difference. Boxes are the same size, like that, and fit in here. So same with the middle or the small one. So I've actually started organizing some of my stuff here. So like this, fit all your parts and pieces in here. Oops. Oh, got to open them the right way first. So there you go. So there you go. So have all your things labeled. And the nice thing is we now have labels.
Yeah, that's
So
huge.
each of
And
these boxes all comes with labels. So before when we were selling these, they actually didn't come with anything. And so which, wasn't always a big deal, but now that you get used to having some labels, you definitely need to have those, and use them, because you want to know, is it a 10 millimeter? Is it an 8 millimeter screw? I can't tell with the naked eye, but I can tell when I measure them up and I can put the label on it, so I know exactly what I'm looking at. So very, very helpful. They're just basically little stickies you put on these. And then last but not least is our our small large. So it is the smallest container and has 9 little pods in it. So again,
yeah,
each individual. This one I think is probably going to be one of the popular ones because it's so small. I mean, every time we get in these little small containers, I mean, I like these large little pods here. They're
same.
good for most size screws, not the super big ones. You're not going to fit probably not like a 25 millimeter in it, but 20s I think will probably fit in here. Definitely smaller than that'll fit in here. Nuts, wheel nuts, washers,
We,
all that type of
yeah,
stuff will go there.
we're gonna have one for each of the kits, and I think that's probably the route we're gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of level us up, but right now, after one of our previous episodes, I am going to step up my game. The dot box is still the number one storage system, and to find these, it's super easy. Let me just go right
Yeah,
back to
thanks for doing
the
that. And
homepage
these are
here.
very
Yeah, for
economical.
sure.
That's the
And
great part about them.
yeah, so all you have to do is go right to the homepage, go to storage systems, and then once you're in storage systems, you can kind of like go around. And obviously, the dot boxes are the cat's meow. Those ones are the epic ones, and obviously, those are the ones I've been using and abusing. Those ones are the top notch ones. Now, this is when you start getting into the micro screw box combos, and you can get all 5 for 21.74. But if you use the code CowTech, you save yourself 10% at checkout. So definitely super cool for that as well. And then when you go to the next page, you can see you can get them all individual. So you can customize it to whatever way you want. And the labels, like he was saying, come with it. The labels are, in my opinion, one of the best things, because if you want to stay organized, it's the easiest way to ensure that you have it organized correctly. So make sure that you take advantage of that. And once we do the hashtag, 2 lucky winners or 2 lucky viewers are going to win the 5. It's the 5 combo set, right?
It is, yes. 2 of those 5 combo sets. So it looks like CowRC asked about just buying the labels. I'm looking at the website. It does not look like that, but I'm sure if you message Heath, he could probably hook you up. But I don't know if there's any magic to these. They're essentially just pre-cut labels, that you could buy like at Staples or some type of office supply store. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, I see Mr. Ghost has picked up on what I've got in the middle of my table. So let me just
It's the
show you. I
place.
wasn't. So you got to talk. Next week we're gonna talk more about this. But if you know, I'm not gonna really talk about what it is that I'm holding up here. But you guys know this is a Carbon Series mat. It looks a little bit different. And I see Mr. Ghost is the first one to pick that up. Appreciate that, Steven. Thank you very much. We were kind of
Yeah,
hoping
man.
somebody would see that, but you got to tune in next week, and we'll talk more about what we're looking at here.
Yeah, and honestly, on the website, if you did notice, the original ones also has a little price reduction. So now that he's getting his organizational boxes in order, he's just paying it forward to you, the customers, and I believe it was a 50-cent drop in the
50
original one. So
cents. Yeah, and which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're talking about something that was $7,
$4. Yeah.
it's a significant percentage. So yeah, if the price really dropped on these. The awesome thing that CowRC is doing is that they're constantly resourcing new products, new avenues, and I mean just look at all our concentrate products, right? It's all about saving the customer money. When we start going through different economical situations where shipping's expensive or products are hard to find, we re-evolutionize the RC industry, RC maintenance industry, by doing concentrates, making smaller packages, changing formulas, really for the better. It just gives us an excuse to change things up and make them better. And sourcing these micro screw boxes is no different. You know,
It
passing
just
on the
makes
price.
it easier to get everything in one spot. It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah,
It just makes everything so much better. And for the concentrate, man, I gotta say, shipping things to Canada makes it extremely tough. So I love the concentrate because I'm not paying to ship water. So I'm
right,
actually just getting the concentrate. I mix it myself, and we're off to the races. But definitely super cool that he has been, listening to us, listening to you, listening to all the viewers and comments. Because man, you are the guys that are pushing the show forward. You are the people that definitely make the ideas. And honestly, you ask, we answer live. I love my new banner. I love Tyler's new banner. We got the shirts in the gun. Like, I feel like the show is like taking off, and it's all thanks to you guys.
exactly. I
The,
mean, look
the
at like the ultrasonic cleaners. I mean, that was something that came out of this show. It was, and we're on version 3 of
yeah,
it. You know, so I mean, there's just it is a couple comments that people made, and then here it took off. You know, and who knows whatever's going to come out. And there's been some great comments. We can't take them all to fruition, but we appreciate all those and just keep them coming. Whatever comes to your mind, let us know about it.
heck yeah. Some of the best ideas have come from you guys, the viewers, and
Exactly.
even like some of the stuff like with the chemicals and stuff like that. I was like, holy cow, that's what you guys are using it for? I got to try it and
Yeah.
experiment with what you guys said. I'm like, man, that was a home run. How did we not know about that? Like it's just like super cool hearing your stuff. Look at this guy. He's got like tricks
I
for
got tricks.
days.
I got tricks everywhere. So, this is one of these things that we're testing right now. And so this is an economical, sponge pack essentially. So I just got these yesterday actually in the mail. So I haven't really tried them out yet. And we don't have them on the website yet, but different little sponge, applicators, right? Different things for maybe mousse slick, your tire wash, your parts or your part and chassis wash as well. Here's another, different densities. This one's kind of looks almost like a tire shine applicator. So it's got two different densities of foam on it. These two feel pretty much the same. This might be something you could put some maybe Velcro on the side of it and put on a polisher, maybe, or just by hand. And then this one, kind of a different feels kind of like a it's a home cleaning product without the bleach in it. I can't remember. Magic eraser, that's what it is. Kind of feels like one of those, but without the bleach already in it. So again, we're gonna be kind of testing these out, seeing. I think that was it. Yeah, these 4 different ones, seeing what they're about. But these are the kind of things we're after. We're just trying different things. Economical solutions are really a lot what we're looking for. Just different stuff to help you in the hobby.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just to make cleaning the vehicles easier. And speaking of cleaning, have you cleaned any vehicles since our trip?
I did. I cleaned all of my
Whoa.
trucks. Yes, I cleaned all my trucks, and I even one of our I haven't seen him on today, but our buddy Johnny Miller, he dropped off his A scale e buggy for me to do some soldering action.
Okay.
And I would say it was not looking as good as it could. So before I did any soldering to it, I had to clean it. So
Oh,
so I did him one extra solid and got it cleaned up for him. And now I got to do the soldering that he was looking for. But he'll have a nice, perfectly clean e-buggy for his next race.
heck yeah. No, that's crazy. I have yet to clean a vehicle since we've been back from our trip. I have 2 left. And the one that I was doing was my kids when I wasn't sure if anybody was going to show up and let us touch their kits. So I still have to finish his nitro, which we'll
Oh
get
boy.
rocking and rolling. But yeah, definitely. I'm finished with my RC hangover. I'm excited to try and go back at it. But it's weird because the things that I've been looking up are not 100% race related anymore. Like some of the things, like we got Randy from East Tactics and the bashing. I went a deep dive down his videos and stuff like that. And the funny thing was, I just wanted to see how he was comparing the CowRC chemicals to other stuff, and I just got like blown away by like his videos of jumping in the contest, and I was like, oh wow, I like that. And then obviously the scale accessories, after seeing how people had them and stuff like that, I was like, man, like I I got to get some more stuff for mine. So it's going to be all decked out. I did find a tire cover finally. So I got that.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I got that coming too.
Excellent.
And I just wanted to look as scale as I possibly can with a couple, nice updates. And I'm definitely going to be messaging Jeremy. And the T-Real stuff it blew me away. So there's quite a bit of stuff that I can get for my kit. And I think that I'm going to get some stuff for sure.
Well, you need to start looking at investing in like a bamboo 3D printer. I have a what is it? An Ender 3 Pro or something like that.
Okay.
I've had it for probably 3 or 4 years, but I mean, they've come a long way since my version. My version's almost obsolete anymore, and these things are so inexpensive, and you can there's so many free files. I mean, there's the different files that you can buy from like Knights Customs. You print them as many times as you want. So if you're into the scale stuff, you might want to invest in a 3D printer. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I definitely would go down that rabbit hole, but this made me laugh. I don't know if you see this comment.
Because I threw those away.
Those were so pretty though. They matched the skin. But
dude, yes. I washed that truck this weekend, I think it was, and I took I took my truck apart and I took those wheel nuts and threw them in the trash.
So for those that don't know, we were on an epic crawl and somebody happened to lose a wheel nut, and we thought it was just a fluke. Like who loses a wheel nut, right? And lo and behold, it was the second one.
Right, and it didn't come back. So that was what made it easy for me to throw them away, because I only had 3 of the 4. I'm like, and I took another one off, and it was like so loose. It was like barely finger tight. I'm like, okay, these things never again. I'm not gonna ruin my crawling day for a wheel nut.
Oh man, yeah, definitely a lot of fun crawling, and when you're on a proper course, it is so super cool. My next crawl thing is going to be in 2 weeks. I'm going to Family RC with my rig. That's why I wanted to get a few, tasteful upgrades for it and stuff like that. Yes. But definitely super cool to be on a proper scale course, and being that it's indoor, it's rain or shine. So I really enjoy that.
That's
so
awesome.
It should be pretty cool. So,
so speaking of the Gauntlet, so we're gonna have some awesome videos to share with you guys. So we got some awesome. Adam and I took some awesome content. We kind of collaborated all of that stuff, put it into some files. We're gonna have someone who is really, really good at video editing, put all of that together, and then Tony with CCXRC did an awesome video over at our booth during the event. He was with us for like 20 minutes and just kind of walking through. I mean, really, really interesting. And Tony's been, a fan of the product for some time, and he's learning, more about the products. And I think the time that he last kind of got into, the CowRC products, and then where we are today, it's been so much innovation happening. So he was like really, really excited. So look for some of that coming up here. We're going to share some of that as we, kind of go through the next couple episodes, just kind of throw in some more, memories from that awesome event. But, shout out to Tony and shout out to when we do get the new video, we'll do some plugs for that as well.
Super excited to check it out. I know that he does amazing work, and obviously if you go to the CowRC.com, you'll see some of the videos that he's already produced for some of the mats, the chemicals, and showing off like the benefits of the product real time. So if you haven't seen it, cruise on over to CowRC and check that out. It's definitely worth it. So before we get our new guest on, I think we should show the hashtag so everybody can start hashtagging it first.
Right.
This will probably give it away, but we have the hashtag there. And if you want to be entered in for the micro boxes, it's the 5-pack combo. Plus 2 people get to win. So not only that, we're like basically giving away 2 5-pack combos. All you have to do is just hashtag East Tactics, and you are eligible to win. we got Randy coming on board, and man, just looking at his setup, I think you guys are going to be impressed right out of the box. But just for those of you that are commenting on Instagram, I see the hashtags rolling in. You have to go over to Facebook or YouTube. I do apologize. It does not tie into the winning system. So if you are on Instagram, please cruise over. We do love that you're watching the show, but you got to, for your chance to win, be either on YouTube or Facebook. So
and just kind of make sure. I see some, like Dennis might have spelled it wrong. I see some people are spelling it wrong. It's a little bit of an alphabet soup. So just kind of double check your spelling, because it is literal. So it will not like take autocorrect and stuff like that.
Yeah, it has to be exact, because there's a whole. There we go. You got it. Tony, what is going on? You missed the little plug there from us doing our first epic crawl. Thanks for you. Definitely helping me out. And I am going to be going on my second ever crawl, Family RC. Super stoked about that. But you know what? I think without further ado, we should bring on our special guest. And
yes, let's do it.
Get him rocking and rolling. Oh, yeah. Randy, welcome to the show.
Hey, Randy.
How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for having me. Super excited to be part of the show. Super excited to be associated with CowRC. So, yeah, thanks for having me. You guys can see me good as far as this picture, right?
Looks
yes,
pro,
sir.
man.
Great.
Obviously, you got my favorite, Matt. I'm Carbon Series now for the win. It is my go-to, Matt. And for those that actually got to meet us at the Gauntlet, they saw me and Tyler beating on those mats again in person. So it's not just for the show. They actually take it. But
They do.
definitely want to welcome you to the show. I know that you've been bashing for a little bit, but how about you reintroduce yourself? Because we talked about it behind the scenes, but how about you introduce yourself to the fans right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So East Tactics, I'm a YouTube content creator, and I started basically creating content about 4 or 5 years ago. Started into the hobby with the Arma Creighton here, which is this basher from Arma, and just slowly started learning more and more about the industry and about the products. And I host a series of jump challenges every year that start in April. We just wrapped them up. So April, May, June, July, and August. I put out a challenge to people on the channel, and if they submit a video completing the challenge, they have a chance to win goods from sponsors that have got involved. And CowRC got involved this year, sending out $100 to each winner. So 5 months running, he sent out $100 to the winners. So big shout out to MLRC. He just won the challenge in August. And yeah, I sent him over a code. He's going to be hooked up with some CowRC goodies. And everybody loves the CowRC products. I'm blown away by their products. I have nothing but good things to say about them. And I'm happy to kind of give you a tour of my station and show you, what I do. But yeah, content creator on YouTube in the basher arena. And I've just loved the hobby. So.
Well, before we get into your epic setup, because I see a lot of CowRC goodies there for sure. You got the whole gamut. What was the first product though? Because there's always the first.
Yeah. So the first product that I got into was definitely the Moo Clean, because I was looking for a solution to clean my rigs and to clean it good. Because you get back from a bash session, it's either loaded down with dust or it's loaded down with mud. One of the two. And you want something that is gonna hit those things and get it off, right? And so I was using Simple Green and just regular household dish soap, stuff like that. But I wanted to see kind of what was out there in regards to something that was good for the plastics, because I learned really quickly that I was drying out my plastics. I was drying out my A-arms. I was drying out my tires. They were cracking all the time. And I was like, there's got to be something. And so I did. And somebody actually made a comment in one of my cleaning videos that wasn't CowRC product related. And they said, you should check out CowRC.com. So I jumped over to his website, and I was just starstruck by all the stuff. And so I made it a point to reach out to how you can go on a website, scroll down to the bottom, find the contact for the website. I reached out and I got connected with Heath, and honestly, he's such a cool guy. In the beginning, when I first met him, I told him I was a content creator, and he was like, you know what? Let's get to know you first, and let's give you a chance to kind of see what this products do and how they work for you. And so I'm not gonna like jump in to be like part of your YouTube channel stuff right away, but let's get to know each other. And I'm like, and so I went onto the website and bought a bunch of products myself and decided to use them all. And I could not help but make videos on it right away. And to basically say the difference between what I was using and what CowRC products do, because I was skeptical. I was like, I have a specific product that I really love to use for my differentials and all that goop and grime on them. And
Right.
you know, but I wanted some, and so I was like, maybe his stuff will be as good. Doubtful, but let's see. And it was better. Like I have a video you can check out comparing basically the industrial grade degreaser with what was the stuff I was using?
It's like a brake cleaner, wasn't it?
I was using brake cleaner for degreasing, but for getting that goop and grime off, it
The
was
QD electrical.
QD electric cleaner. Yeah, I was using that.
I watched the video, so I took a deep dive just to make sure I knew you and your content. And it actually, hold on a second here. I'm going to pull it up. But if you're not familiar, if you could go give him a like and a subscribe, some of the comparisons that he does against other brands, I'm not going to mention them. You have to watch his videos. But if you watch some of the videos, he does the comparisons that we don't want to do. But it was awesome to see you give your honest opinion, and it was awesome. The content, the way that you did it was definitely over the top cool. And some of the stuff is things I wish I could say, but because we have to make sure that we maintain a professional, you know, cow tech thing and not compare to other stuff, we love seeing your content because you just gave it the way it is. And the truth is the proof's in the pudding, right? So when you said the things that we want to say, I was just like giddy up, boy. I was like, it was awesome.
Yes, definitely go check it out. I think I even have a specific playlist in my YouTube channel called RC Cleaning, which will basically go. It's a range of just most of them are all CowRC products where I was cleaning. So
well, that's what I love. I mean, like going through your video list, you know, you started like 4 years ago. And I saw like one of your first videos is just how do I keep my RC clean? And you're using, you know, automotive cleaners, you're using household products. I mean, that's how I started. You know, it's just taking stuff that you already had around the house. Yeah, your famous brush. And
it's like honestly, like this works for keeping rust away from your rig, but it's not good for your plastics or your bearings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I mean, we're talking about, you know, model hobby grade toys, right? They're plastic, they're not automotive, you know, we're not talking about inner fender liners, you know, for a real vehicle. We're not talking about mud flaps for a real vehicle. You know, it's small plastics. And I mean, I spend, you know, I try to spend time on social media trying to educate folks. You know, you see in the general forums and they talk about, you know, what should I use to clean my vehicles? And people always go through the household products and it's refreshing to tell people, you know, it's those, yes, will they clean your vehicle? They will, but over the long run, they're going to deteriorate your bearings. You're going to deteriorate your plastics. You're going to make things weak. You're not going to notice it tomorrow. You're not going to notice it next week, but you're going to notice it at some point. And and that's what's kind of hard. Though people probably on their own are not going to realize that, yes, my household or automotive grade cleaner is doing this to, you know, they think it's, oh, this is a piece of junk, you know, hobby toy. It's really not. It's what they were using.
And what's really interesting about the hobby is when you get into the hobby grade RC, you know, there's third-party companies making better parts for the RC, you know, better aluminum parts, better this, better that. You actually want to find somebody in the niche that's got the cleaning products they're putting the love into it. You know, just like these other, like for the parts, you don't want to go to the stock parts. They're not as great. Well, just like that in the cleaning arena, you want to find somebody that's put the love into it. And that's exactly where CowRC fills the bill. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I love when you're doing like the comparisons. You're taking, you know, here's a cleaner that probably 90% of the RC industry is using, and here's CowRC's equivalent. And you're showing the differences. I mean, you're giving your own unbiased opinion and based on what you know. And that's what I think is so genuine about what you're doing is you at one point were legitimately like, hey, this household cleaner, automotive cleaner is what I use, until you discovered the other side where it's a hobby specific cleaner and you're giving your really unbiased opinion based on your own experience, what I think is fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah. I threw up your site there, and there's 10 videos in the cleaning and maintaining your rig. So for everybody that's interested, swing on over and check it out. But the one question Here was what exactly is Eastside Tactics' main topics of discussion on his YouTube channel. I feel like now I have a good idea because I watched a ton of the jump videos, and that's why I asked you off camera because man, I thought it was pretty epic. But if you want to go ahead and talk about that before we get into your setup, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, my channel is for newbies coming in or veterans coming into the high grade niche for RC. Now, I specifically focus on bashers, which are basically the type of rig that you can drive 40, 50 miles an hour, launch it off a jump. And if you land right, you can do that over and over again. And my videos focus on upgrades, on how to fix, how to maintain, and then outside the box thinking tactics for, you know, throwing in like I can show you these like the body mounts on these break all the time, right? So if you look at mine, these are metal body mounts with springs, and I like, you know, just weird tactics like that, outside the box thinking, right? And then also, so the video, the jump challenges that I host, that's a big thing. So
Awesome.
getting out there, and then I mean, what's really interesting about Arma specifically is all of their rigs, whether it's an Arma Creighton, an Arma Italian, an Arma, even their speedrunners, they all use the same differentials. So if you need to know how to go in and take apart your differential, whether you have one of the 20 Arma rigs, my videos will teach you how to break it down, what products to use to get all the grease off, you know, CowRC products, or using like the udder butter for your lubrication, for your internals, for your differentials. Like, it's going to teach you how to go in and do that. So it's kind of like an RC maintenance channel, jump channel, competition channel, cleaning channel, just everything you need to know about getting into the niche when it comes to bashers specifically. But again, if you have a speedrunner that's using Arma differentials, then my videos will be helpful for you there too. So
yeah, because like you said, they're very similar. And speaking of similar, like obviously the Carbon series, we see that. I see you got both Loctites on there, so that's super cool. Also, you got all the chemicals, and you just have like the whole kit and caboodle. So if you want, what are some of the products that are your go-to main things? Because I know that we talked a few things behind the scenes, but just for everybody tuning in, what are some of the main ones that you like to use on your kit after you're done a epic bass session and getting some content?
So I'll pop my camera off the tripod and I'll kind of show you these as I go.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna get close here. So one of my favorite products, of course, right out the gate is, well, it's over here, but the Moo Clean. You basically take about what, I don't know, a cup or so. Here's what this is what I use to spray. So I got this from CowRC also. So this is basically the sprayer.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, you fill it up maybe about here with the product. You can even go a little lower. Depends on, you know, how saturated you want to make, because that's a concentrate.
Correct.
And my favorite product is the cleaning product, because I use that every time I wash my rig. So super important for me to have a product that I know is going to keep my plastics safe and not, you know, degrade them. And so this is probably my favorite one. But then, of course, we've got the CowRC wipes, because the CowRC wipes for me are like when you don't have a necessarily super dirty bash session and you just want to basically take something that's durable. These wipes themselves, they're made out of some sort of like cool material that don't break, right? And they're saturated with the product that CowRC has, which works really well. So when you're wanting to do a quick clean on your rig, you don't have to like go into the depths of it, and just clean it off with a CowRC wipe. So probably my two favorite products in that arena. But the process kind of continues after that. After you've got your rig cleaned and you spray it down, well, then you want it to look good, right? That's why some people like to use the WD-40, or they'll use like an Armor All or something like that that's bad for your rig. But I love like this shine that you see on the body here. That's from using this Moose Slick. This is probably like, it's way up there in one of my favorites, because everybody wants their rig to look shiny. Like, there's one of my videos where I do a snap of a finger and it switches from the way it was to the way it was after, and with a little like, you know, noise. And it's just like the car looks so beautiful. And the cool thing about Moose Slick, when you're done cleaning it, is you can spray it on. Like, it's got a spray nozzle. So what I'll do is I'll actually I'll hang my RC car from a little hook on my, and it'll just hang there, and I'll just spray the whole thing down really quick. Whereas before, I was taking WD-40 and this brush and just slapping it all over the rig and making it like glossed over to protect it. But this stuff also protects your rig from rust. You know what I mean? So it's giving you the shine, and it's giving you the rust protection, and it's a lot easier to apply. And so, like I said, I went out on a bash the other day, and I came back, and this thing still has a sheen to it. You know what I mean?
Looking good.
You can throw water droplets on it, and it kind of does the whole beat off thing, which is kind of nice. The rig does spray off a lot easier. And the cool thing about these rigs and most hobby grade rigs is the ESC is water resistant. It's not waterproof, but you can spray it, with a hose, and you don't have to like spray directly on it. But you want to, you can douse this thing down, get it wet, and then let some of the Moo Clean soak on it for a minute, and then rub it all off. And then this was the other thing that I really love about CowRC. So I don't know if most people have one of these sitting in their garage, right?
Yeah.
I used to.
Yeah, I used to too. And I mean, I do. I used to use this, but the thing I hate about it is it's super loud for like 5 minutes. You're trying to get it to fill up with air. And then when you start using it, it literally only lasts like 5 minutes, if that. It's super annoying. And so you want to be able to, blow down the rig and get it dry, get into all the nooks and crannies and all that stuff and get it super dry. This right here, game changing.
Yeah.
I seriously I cannot believe how powerful this fan is. Like, I have another one right here that I had before this from Fantic, kind of a popular little brand. I use this for the vacuuming side of things, but it's also a blower. It's like 3 times the size, and it's like 3 times as weak as this little guy.
Well, so, Randy, those that has a vacuum attachment on as well. You know that?
Yeah, I did see that, but it's just a little quicker for me to grab this one. It's got a little bit of a bigger.
Gotcha.
It's got like a little bigger of a chamber inside of it for like holding the debris and stuff. So.
Okay.
And like you were saying, you got to 3D print your little things here. It's definitely gonna 3D printer, guys. But like, I mean, I'll use this thing, and it blows just as hard as my compressor to dry my vehicle off, and it'll keep blowing for a good long time. Plenty of time for me to like not worry about charging it for a good 2 sessions of cleaning my rig. So the reason why it's charging right now is because I took it outside of my backyard with my kids, and I blew off the trampoline, all the leaves that were on the trampoline with that. I mean, this tiny little thing. And that's one of the things I love about CowRC products. Like I was telling you guys earlier, is I use these CowRC wipes everywhere in my house. Like if there's like a kick scuff on a door, I'll use the CowRC wipes to take it off, because I'll take like a Clorox wipe to it and I'll rub it for forever and it doesn't come off. I'll take a CowRC wipe to it, it comes right off. Or like hard water on my shower heads, I'll use a CowRC wipe on it. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I don't know what he puts in the CowRC wipes, but it's amazing. It's like magic. So I highly recommend it. But then, yeah, so like that's kind of like what I go through for my favorites for cleaning and then drying and all that stuff. But then, of course, you've got to have all the little things. If you get into the hobby, you've got to have, red Loctite, blue Loctite. This right here is it's the glue for your tires. You crack a tire around like the seam here. Sometimes you'll get a little, like it'll start coming apart right there on the seams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to use.
Pause that for a second. Now that's a specific formula, because I use the tire stuff. Is that the rubberized one?
Yes.
Okay. So I might even pick that up for my basher, because I've been using the same one that I use for racing, and it just doesn't have that hold as much, because as soon as I start cracking, it starts pulling it off. So have you had good luck with that?
Oh yeah, like these big trencher tires, I absolutely love them, but they're kind of prone for getting the cracks, breaking around the seam there. And so I've used it multiple times, because I do not want to stop using these until I literally wear them down to nubs, because but I would have had to have gotten rid of them a long time ago if it wasn't for this glue. So
all right, rubberized glue. See, CowRC, and like I have access to that product. I just thought that because I always use the yellow tire glue that offers on the site. Yeah, and it's been phenomenal for my racing program. But for my bashing sessions, obviously I'm trying to do backflips, forward flips, all the other stuff. So I think just the ballooning of the tire itself is probably pretty. Yeah, he just said the 2000 is super popular with the MTM basher crowd. So I might actually have to add that to my next order then, because definitely super cool. You're one of the first ones that I've seen show that off in a
Same.
live for sure. Yeah, that's
Nice.
why I just
Yeah.
that's why I just wanted to pause. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, for sure. It's a staple. Like it's much needed.
Heck yeah.
Of course, coming over here, I've got different brushes that I use when I want to clean the tires. I've got the Udder Butter. People are always wondering, like, what is the best product to put inside of your differentials? You know what I mean? And this Udder Butter is not just a typical grease. It's more akin to like your water resistant type of greases, and so it keeps stuff from getting into your differentials a lot better than just other types of greases. And so love that stuff. Moving on, we've got the graphite coating, which is really great for your pillow balls. You want to throw that stuff inside here. It's a dry lubrication that's not going to get everywhere. You could also use this on like your pinion gears or your external gears that are like your crown gear in the center of your vehicle. Okay, so hands down, I just noticed this. This is literally one of my favorite things. No joke.
That's right.
Like I have, this, my setup is in here in my garage, right? And so I'll come in here and the lighting is well, I did get better lighting recently from CowRC as well. But that aside, this right here is like the brightest doodad in the world, and it's so comfortable. Like you just wear it on your head and it's super light. Like I've had light headlights before in the past where we used to go like hiking in caves and whatnot, and they were always like these big old janky ones that are like bobbing around and like you can feel them on your head. The way they designed this thing with the LED lights and the tech they have nowadays, like this is a must-have if you really are getting in. You're trying to like look down into the nooks and crevices of your rig, trying to like fix something. Then having this headlamp on your head is it's game changing. It's like everybody that's wrenching in a pit station, especially if the lighting isn't that great. Yeah, that's a must-have. So
The first time I really used the headlamp, obviously for racing applications, I use it to refill my generator when it's running behind my camper, and it was always awesome because I didn't need somebody else to help me to hold the light. I just used the headlamp. It was super cool. At the Great Lakes Gauntlet, that's the first time that I really got the benefit of the headlamp, because like on the trail, out in the thing, it was epic. You needed something like that.
And
yeah, night runs are awesome for those.
And again, I used it outside of the RC when I went on a hike, and everybody was like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm like, at CowRC.com. Go check it out. And then I can't say enough about the pit mats. Like, pit mats are kind of like the graduation in RC when you know that you're in RC. Like when you've signed off on the fact that this is one of your hobbies. You don't want to just have like, you want to have something that looks really nice and professional, right? It's got all the little spots for you to put your different screws, things like that when you're wrenching. And CowRC, these things have a little bit of magnetism on them, so like if you have a screw on there, it's not gonna fall off or whatever. And then it just looks clean,
It looks proper. Yeah, it does.
And that's important, especially if you are, like proud of your hobby, right? So I think that it's a must-have, So yeah.
Well, I mean, I like with your videos when you're using the yoga mats. I mean, I remember watching your earlier videos. You're still using them as like the background part. But I mean, you talked about in your videos how you upgraded. Talked about staining. The yoga mats stain and the Carbon Series mat supposed to before those messy projects, so you're not getting your workbench all messed up. So it's very cool to see how you've progressed in the hobby and what you've learned.
Yes. And like I said, when I found CowRC and I started doing comparisons with the stuff I was already using, and I found it to be better, that was when I was just like, okay, let's get everything that I need. And honestly, you already need this stuff. Like you already need all these things. So you might as well get it from somebody that's put the love into it and has formulas that actually like focus in on what you need. I didn't talk much about these two things, but when it comes to lubricating your bearings or lubricating your rig, these are like way higher quality, way better. Instead of using WD-40, which is actually going to dry your rig out, these are going to protect your rig. They're going to protect the plastics, and they're going to lubricate like a quick spray on the outsides of the bearings. It'll suck into those bearings, and it'll actually lubricate them and keep them lubed. And of course, if you want to take the bearings off and do some more in-depth maintenance on them, you can pop the little shields off, and you can use the grease coating inside of them. You know what I mean? So there you go. covers
Definitely
everything.
covered a lot. Holy cow! I'm blown away. Now, obviously, you have pretty much all the products that we were going to talk about, so I don't even have to bring anything up. But like, is there a product that you haven't tried that you'd be interested in trying?
You know what? Let's see. What is he? Is there something he has that I would be interested in trying? I think I pretty much have covered everything. I would love to just get a shirt at this point.
Well, some people were in the comments were asking if you have a jet vac.
Oh, the jet vacuum.
Right.
I don't have a jet vacuum. Like I said, I just use this little guy here. So
Okay.
and this thing is pretty pathetic, to be honest with you. But it's great for just kind of getting in the little cracks and crevices and stuff. But I don't have a jet vac, so yeah. That would be cool.
Okay. Yeah, that was somebody that came up. A couple people made comments asking if you had that. So I think someone said it's a great place. I think they made it because you saw your air compressor underneath your workbench. That's a place I guess they've mounted their jet vac underneath their bench.
Is the jet vac both a blower and a vacuum?
Yes.
Ah,
It is.
yeah. Okay. Cool. That'd be ideal.
I'm
Now, what about
definitely going to
the
get one
ultrasonic
for my
cleaners,
camp.
Randy? Do you have any ultrasonic cleaners?
I actually do have an ultrasonic cleaner that I got from CowRC. It's just over here.
Okay, that was the one thing I didn't see that I could think about that you might not have. Now, what about the other jet blasters? Do you have like the Jet Blaster Turbo, like one of the canister ones?
No, I don't have one of those. Like
Okay.
I said, I can't imagine anything being more powerful than this, but I bet you it is, right?
Oh yeah,
They are. They're the Jet Blaster Turbo is mega powerful, but it's different. For the Jet Blaster Mini, you can't beat that type of power on a battery, a battery rechargeable battery type of situation. Like you were saying, you're out in the backyard. You don't have to bring an extension cord. You can take it with you in the car, take it with you in the pit stand. Out in the trail, it's just the most universal tool that you can do as far as air compression.
Yeah, it fits in your backpack, especially on like the crawls and stuff like that. But somebody was asking, have you tried the CowFormal coating yet to waterproof your electronics?
Oh, you know what? I have tried that. I put some of that on. I coated some of that over over my receiver.
Nice.
So yeah, and that stuff works great. Like you basically pop it open, you know what I mean, and get to the innards, and you just put lacquer a little bit of that around it. It makes it even more water resistant, probably even waterproof. Yeah, so that's one I forgot about.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm just trying to think of something that you don't have. Then, what about the cow snot? Have you tried cow snot yet?
I have tried the cow snot.
Oh, geez.
And
Okay.
you want to know what my favorite thing about the cow snot is? It smells so good.
Yeah, for me, it's the cleaning the toggle switches in the controller because I never really knew what to use.
Yeah.
Like I tried using like the blowers and stuff like that, and it gets rid of the loose stuff. But I definitely like using a little piece just to get inside and clean the toggle switches on the controller. And I see that you're running the Spectrum, so definitely has a lot of toggle switches on that thing. So to get in nice and close, just letting it soak in there and pulling the snot back out, it's easy to keep that clean and maintained. So, wow. So I guess that you basically have all the stuff covered. Well, here's the thing. Do you have the new micro screw dot boxes and all that?
I don't think so. Like, are you mean the little caboodles that hold like your screws and stuff? The black
Yeah.
ones?
So like these bad boys, and they got like the whole lid. You got the small, you got the medium, and of course you got the large, and then you got the large small, and then you got the medium small. So like there's a whole bunch of different things. I would think that you would like the normal large size. Like this is going to be mine and my kids' new go-to ones right here, because each one of our kits, we're just going to have one in with our kits, and that's going to be labeled me, Michaela, and Nathan. And I think that those are like game changer. And for how cheap they are, it's definitely one of those things that just goes right in your pit bag, and it's easy to have. And at the end of the race day or whatever, you always have little bits in your pockets. And I can see you got some bits in your pocket now. You just throw them in there, label it, boom, you're good to go till next session, right?
Yeah, and those are great for in the field, like when you need to take some extra components out there in the field. you have them with you. So I don't have those, but yeah, I could definitely use them.
All right, there we go. All right, so there's one thing, Heath. So that we found one thing. Yeah. So other than that, I think that we covered a lot. Now, you have just one jump contest per year. Is that how it works, or?
So I host 5: April, May,
Okay.
June, July, and August. I put out an announcement video in the beginning of that month saying, this month is going to be a double backflip, or the final August one this year was a front flip transitioning into a backflip.
Whoa.
That
So,
is well, yeah, that was
yeah.
pretty.
So I throw the challenge out there. All people have to do is basically film it on their own with their own camera and then upload it to their own YouTube channel. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel, it takes 2 seconds to make one. You just upload it, even if it's your first video. And then they shoot me a message and I take that video and I put it into that month's playlist, right? And then at the end of that month, we go through, and I've done it differently in different years where it was more of a competition, but lately I just do it where everybody has an even chance to win. So long as you complete the challenge, if there's 25 or 40 people that complete the challenge, then you have a 1 in 25 or 40 chance to win it, and it's completely fair. Because I roll a die in a live video, I roll a die, and the winner gets the goods. So yeah, that's how it works.
I like it.
You got a new subscriber from me. I'm going to make sure that I start doing the back. Tyler got a first-hand thing. He did the video for me, and it was a lot of fun. And I definitely feel like from my racing background that I have a little bit of skill. So I should be okay. I'm going to throw my thing in there. So it's done for this year, correct?
Yeah, we just wrapped it up. I actually gave everybody an extension in August instead of having 1 month. I gave them till the end of September. So literally, just like last night, I filmed the live videos on my channel for the winner.
Nice. I'll have to watch that because the August jump challenge, the front to the back flip, is epic, man. Like I was watching some of the winners, and I was like, geez, like that's all in one jump. I'm like, that's some serious stuff. Yeah. And does obviously I asked you this, and what is the most broken part that you would tell bashers to keep on hand so they can get back to bashing right away?
I would say the number one part that I break, and it's the part that I currently need a repair on my rig right now. If you look close here, you can see that the front A-arm has popped out.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, now you can see it. Yeah. Okay.
And so the A-arm itself will pop out because it's, you don't want to change the A-arms in these rigs to metal, even though some wonky companies might make them, because it is a component that you want to break. There are certain parts on your rig that you want to break because there are more expensive parts you want to protect, right? So I've upgraded the hinge pins away from stock to aluminum on front and back of the differential, and that's super clutch. And that sticks around; it doesn't break. A lot of times that will break. So because that component is so strong, I'm breaking the A-arms. If you land wonky, like on a front corner, with some big air, you'll break an A-arm. Sometimes the pin itself will break. And that's the most common thing that I break because everything else on my rig is so tanked out, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I would say that.
Heck yeah. I'm going to try this for the first time ever. And let's see if this works, guys. So right there, you like that, eh?
I like it. You pulled one on me. I've never seen that.
Yeah, so we got the QR code up. If you scan the QR code, you see in the comments, it'll bring you right to YouTube East Tactics. So give them a like, give them a subscribe. Awesome. Yeah. We just wanted to try that out and kind of see how it goes. It's our first time trying it, so definitely interesting. And we're going to utilize the QR codes when we have deals, giveaways, things like that. So it's
very cool.
Kind of new to the channel.
Nice. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, arms and steering knuckles. That's what they're saying. All metal will be the demise of your. Yes, hey, that's a great tip. I would have to say thank you, Michael. I thought that it was the way to go, and quickly realized that after my skate park visit, I was like, "What the heck?" All my stuff was tweaked and it wasn't sitting right. And when I actually started taking it apart to maintain it, all the steel that I had for the arms and stuff like that yeah, they were bent. So I tried fixing it, but just didn't have that before.
A lot of
Skate parks will
people-
be the demise of your rig. of your basher, that's for sure.
A lot of people will make the mistake of putting a metal or aluminum wing mount support, like not the wing itself, but the support. And that's a big mistake because it transfers all that energy down into your differential and it'll destroy like your differential housing. So honestly, 3D printed, like the flexible 3D printed wing mounts are pretty popular for a solution in this niche. It's amazing that 3D printed parts are actually useful in this niche because but the wing mount is a really good one to have that flexible 3D printed material. So I use that.
Oh man! So have you ever melted a gear case? Because somebody was saying that they melted their gear case.
I've never melted a gear case. No, people, if you melt a gear case, you might be working with like a speed runner or something like that where there's so much speed. But if you got the proper lubrication, like Utter Butter or something like that inside of your differentials, you shouldn't run into that problem. But they must have been going really fast or had like their lubrication must have come out or something.
Yeah, no, that was a perfect transition into the Utter Butter. I like it. So, hey, a couple people subscribed to you. They said that the link worked.
That's awesome.
Good.
All right. So, obviously, we're at the end. So, if you want, can you actually plug your socials? And we'll just bring this up real quick again. So, if you want to get in, we got 48 people watching right now. Instagram viewers, you have to go on YouTube or Facebook. I see the comments coming in on Instagram as well. But thank you for all the comments there. But if you want your chance to win these awesome micro boxes, you have to be on either Facebook or YouTube. So for Randy, you want to go over? I see that you're on YouTube. That's what one we shared.
Honestly, yeah, that's the main one. I have, you can find me on East Tactics, scan the barcode or just search up East Tactics. I think I've got a few videos on like TikTok, stuff like that, but I don't really focus there much. And I've got a Facebook channel. So, you look up East Tactics on Facebook, you'll find me there. You can reach out to me through Facebook or, through the videos that I drop. So, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Heck yeah. No, dude, your rig looks like it's military. Definitely one of those kits that if anybody's into bashing, it's a capable unit. Your CowRC setup, man, like I was stressing trying to figure out something that you haven't tried yet because I've seen the brushes, I've seen the brush kit, I've seen the tire brush. Like you have pretty much everything I can recommend. I'm happy that we found one item. So and it just happens to be the newest stuff that we just got in. So super cool. But like everybody try and get in. We have a few minutes left. And if you have a question for Randy too, hit us up. Well, we're just waiting for everybody to get the hashtags in for your chance to win one of 2 5 combo sets for the new micro boxes. These things are going to be awesome to have in your pit area and pit bag. Definitely want to have those readily available, especially like if you're going out for a bash session. I'm using it for racing. I know it'd be great for crawling, but we want somebody to win these puppies.
Yeah, double check all your spelling on your hashtags, everybody. I noticed there's a few people. I think Scott, you had yours a little bit wrong there. So just double check all your spellings. We've got more people watching than we have hashtags, so just double check those.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I was like, maybe we should have made it a little bit easier next time, but just you can type it in as many tries as you need. Just keep commenting till
You're not
till we get
qualified.
Yeah. So
well, that's waiting. And Randy, really appreciate you taking the time to be on the show with us. It was great chatting with you, and your videos are amazing. They're super entertaining. Your channel is awesome, and I mean, I used to be a basher, and then I got out of it, and then after I saw Adam bash and how much fun he was having, and then now you've got competitions. It's just like, man, I just feel like I want to do it again.
I would love to have you. Love to have you.
Yeah, well, you definitely got me. I'm gonna go full send, and I'm actually in the process of upgrading. After seeing those people jump through the ring of fire, I realized I was way underpowered. Tyler can attest to this. I was only running 4S, and it was like super. Like they were just going full send through this ring of fire. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it was like a 25-foot ring of fire.
Wow.
Did you see the video or no?
I haven't seen it yet. I'll definitely check it out.
So here's a quick little ring right here. I think this is the one that Tyler had.
That one got told.
Nice.
But yeah, so I was able to pull it off, but when the ball of fire hit, I literally couldn't spot my landing. I wasn't sure if I landed on the wheels or what, because you're standing pretty far back. But man, what a great addition to the event. And I can't wait to do your competition next year. May is the first one, correct?
April.
Oh, where are you from, by the way?
I live in Utah, in Spanish Fork, Utah.
Oh, okay, nice. Because I don't think I'll hit the April one because we'll still be shoveling snow. So maybe I'll do a Canadian edition. I just know
snow one. Who says you can't flip in the snow?
Yeah, no kidding. But definitely looking to upgrade and do a little bit. I would like an 8S system in there for sure because I just seen how tough the S Maxes are, and I feel like it needs a little love. So we're gonna make sure we can do that for sure. But all right, we ready to give away some free stuff?
Let's do it.
All right. So first winner, good luck, everybody. Here we go. Yeah, no kidding. Paddle snows for the tire. Yeah, I definitely think that would be awesome.
That needs to be in your repertoire.
Radioactive Scale RC. Congratulations. So all you have to do is reach out to either me or Tyler, and we will make sure we get your packages sent out ASAP.
Yeah, and if you have Facebook, Messenger is the best way to reach out. If you do not have Facebook, just send CowRC an email, and we'll get your shipping information.
All right, congratulations. Yeah, Ring of Fire in the snow. Dude, that would be epic. Yeah, there we go. It would actually keep me warm while trying to do crazy stuff with my kit. All right, let's go. One more winner. All right, good luck, everybody.
Byron,
wow.
Is that new?
I think that's new.
Cool.
Congratulations,
Byron.
Yeah. So same deal, bud. Just reach out to either Tyler or myself, and we'll make sure we get your information and send you out your prize. So once again, guys, man, awesome show. At one point, we had almost 70 people watching live. So that was so super cool. We appreciate you because without you guys, the viewers, we don't have a show. So thank you, Randy, for being on board and showing off your epic setup. Like literally, there was nothing I could think that you did not have. And your knowledge was awesome. Everybody, go give him a like and subscribe. And if you're interested, check out his playlist, the one that I shared. He's got 10 episodes just on the maintaining your vehicle. So super cool. Give him a couple subs and likes and just keep the vibe going. Randy, would you like to say anything before we check out?
Nope. Thanks again, guys, for plugging in, and East Tactics out.
Heck yeah, man. All right, you guys have a great night and catch us in 2 short weeks where we actually get to talk about the carbon inserts and all the new goodies coming out from CowRC. Bye for now.
See you, everybody.